Think your marriage is safe? Think again. Behind closed doors, some wives, women you'd never suspect, are stepping out on their vows. But why? Is it pure selfishness, or are there hidden reasons that even good husbands miss? Today, we're exposing the uncomfortable truth about why some married women aren't as loyal as you believe. This isn't about shaming anyone. It's about understanding the real cracks in modern relationships. Stay till the end, because what you don't know can destroy your marriage. 1. Unhappiness in marriage. The silent relationship killer. Infidelity rarely starts in the bedroom. For many women, it begins with a slow burning sense of unhappiness that goes unaddressed for years. Marriage experts and therapists consistently find that emotional neglect, unresolved conflicts, and unmet needs create a breeding ground for disloyalty. When a woman feels chronically unhappy, her attachment to her partner weakens, and the temptation to seek validation elsewhere grows. The roommate syndrome. Many marriages fall into a mechanical routine. Bills, chores, and parenting replace intimacy and passion. A wife who once felt like a lover starts feeling like a domestic manager. Research shows that women cheat less for sex and more for emotional connection, something they stop feeling with their spouse. When conversations dwindle to logistics, did you pay the electric bill? And dates vanish, resentment builds. A 2022 study in the Journal of Marriage and Family found that 68% of unfaithful women cited emotional loneliness as the key factor. Unmet emotional needs. Women often cheat when their core needs, affection, active listening, appreciation, are ignored. For example, a husband working 60-hour weeks may provide financially but fail to notice his wife's depression. Meanwhile, a coworker or old flame who does listen suddenly seems more present. Therapists call this emotional infidelity, and it's a slippery slope. Small betrayals, deleting texts, secret lunches escalate because the unmet need feels urgent. The fantasy of escape. An unhappy wife may romanticize affairs as an escape from her suffocating reality. Unlike her marriage, with its laundry piles and mortgage stress, an affair offers adrenaline, novelty, and the illusion of being chosen again. Psychology Today notes that women's affairs are often idealized. They fixate on how the new person makes them feel, not who they actually are. Is it the husband's fault? Not always. Some women refuse to communicate their unhappiness, expecting partners to just know. Others blame their spouse for problems they both created. But wise husbands proactively check in. Do you feel loved? What can I do better? Marriage isn't mind reading, it's daily effort. The wake-up call. Loyalty thrives in marriages where both partners choose each other daily. Fixing small disconnections early, through date nights, therapy, or honest talks, can prevent big betrayals later. Because once a woman emotionally checks out, the risk of infidelity skyrockets. 2. Lack of emotional connection. The invisible thread that keeps loyalty alive. Imagine being married but feeling completely alone. That's the reality for many women who eventually stray. Emotional connection isn't just about love. It's about feeling seen, heard, and valued by your partner. When that connection fades, loyalty often fades with it. Why emotional disconnection leads to infidelity? Women are far more likely than men to cheat for emotional reasons. While men may prioritize physical attraction in affairs, women typically seek emotional intimacy, deep conversations, vulnerability, and a sense of being understood. When a husband becomes emotionally distant, whether due to work, stress, or complacency, his wife may start craving that connection elsewhere. A study published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior found that 56% of women who had affairs cited emotional dissatisfaction as the primary reason, compared to just 34% of men. This isn't about justifying infidelity. It's about understanding how dangerous emotional neglect can be in a marriage. The slow drift apart. Many couples don't even realize they're growing apart until it's too late. Early in a relationship, couples share dreams, inside jokes, and late night talks. But over time, life takes over, kids, careers, and responsibilities push emotional intimacy to the back burner. A wife might try to reconnect by sharing her feelings, only to be met with distracted nods or dismissive replies. When this happens repeatedly, she stops trying. She may still love her husband, but she no longer feels close to him. And that's when someone else, a coworker, an old friend, even a stranger online, can step in and fill that void. The other man isn't always better, just more attentive. A shocking truth about emotional affairs is that the other man doesn't have to be richer, more handsome, or more successful than the husband. He just has to pay attention. He listens when she talks about her bad day. He remembers small details about her life. He makes her feel interesting and desired. These things should come naturally in a marriage. But when they disappear, the risk of infidelity rises. A woman who feels ignored at home is far more vulnerable to emotional seduction. How to rebuild emotional intimacy. The good news? Emotional connection can be repaired if both partners are willing to put in the work. Here's how. Prioritize quality time. No distractions, no phones, just real conversations. Practice active listening. Don't just hear her words. Respond with empathy. Small gestures matter. A random, "I appreciate you" text or a surprise date night can reignite closeness. Check in regularly. Ask, "How are you really feeling about us?" The bottom line, loyalty isn't just about avoiding temptation. It's about nurturing the emotional bond that makes temptation irrelevant. A wife who feels deeply connected to her husband won't need to look elsewhere. But when that connection breaks, even the most moral woman can find herself crossing lines she never expected. 3. Desire for excitement and novelty. When monotony breaks loyalty, the greatest enemy of passion is predictability. Marriage, by nature, settles into routine: work, bills, chores, repeat. While stability is comforting, too much predictability can suffocate a woman's desire for excitement. And when the spark fades, some wives seek it elsewhere, not because they don't love their husbands, but because they miss the thrill of feeling alive. Why routine kills passion and loyalty along with it. Neuroscience confirms that novelty triggers dopamine, the same feel-good chemical linked to romance and infatuation. Early in relationships, everything is new. First dates, first touches, inside jokes. But over time, that excitement fades. For some women, marriage starts to feel like same conversations: how was work? What's for dinner? Same routines: Netflix on the couch, quick goodnight kiss. Same lack of spontaneity: no surprises, no adventure. When years pass without emotional or sexual excitement, the mind wanders. A flirtatious coworker, a rekindled old flame, or even a stranger's attention can suddenly feel electrifying, simply because it's different. The forbidden fruit effect. Psychologists call this the hedonic adaptation problem. Humans get used to even the best things over time. The partner who once gave butterflies now feels familiar, safe, but not thrilling. Meanwhile, an affair offers adrenaline, secrecy, equal excitement, rediscovered confidence. Someone new finds her irresistible. Escape from reality: no bills, no responsibilities, just fantasy. A study in social psychological and personality science found that people in long-term relationships often underestimate how much they crave novelty until it's right in front of them. Is boredom a justification for cheating? No, but it is an explanation. Most women don't set out to cheat. It starts subtly. She feels stagnant in marriage but can't pinpoint why. She dismisses her cravings for excitement as unrealistic. Someone, a friend, a gym buddy, an ex makes her feel seen again. The line between harmless chat and emotional betrayal blurs. By the time she crosses a physical boundary, she's already checked out emotionally. How couples can reignite the spark? The solution isn't swinging from chandeliers. It's intentional novelty. Couples who stay passionate do two things: break routines, surprise her with a random date night, try a new hobby together: dancing, hiking, cooking classes, even small changes: a different restaurant, a road trip disrupt monotony. Keep dating each other. Flirt like you did early on. Compliment her like she's still the girl you chased. Schedule intimacy, yes. Schedule it to avoid endless excuses. The hard truth: women don't cheat because they're bored. They cheat because they've resigned themselves to a marriage that feels like a flatline. The antidote? Choosing each other anew every day. Because loyalty isn't just about resisting temptation. It's about creating a relationship so vibrant that temptation pales in comparison. 4. Opportunity and temptation. The dangerous doorways to disloyalty. Opportunity doesn't just knock, it seduces. Even the most loyal wife can find herself in compromising situations when the right or wrong circumstances align. Infidelity isn't always about a lack of love or morals. Sometimes it's about access and momentum. When temptation is constantly within reach and safeguards are weak, even good women can make bad choices. The proximity problem. Why work affairs are so common. The workplace is the most common breeding ground for affairs. Not because women are actively looking, but because daily interaction builds false intimacy. Inside jokes, shared frustrations, and coffee breaks create emotional bonds. Familiarity lowers guards. A colleague who starts as just a friend slowly becomes a confidant. Environment enables secrecy. Business trips, late nights, and work dinners provide plausible excuses. A Journal of Social and Personal Relationships study found that 65% of emotional affairs begin at work, often escalating because the setting provides time and privacy. Two key ingredients for betrayal: social media and digital temptation. The new affair playground. Before the internet, cheating required effort. Now, it's a click away. DMs slide into emotional affairs. An innocent reply to an old flame story can spiral into nightly chats. Comparisonitis. Seeing exes or friends in perfect relationships breeds dissatisfaction. Anonymous validation. Apps like Instagram or TikTok feed the ego with likes and flirty comments. Research from Cyber Psychology Journal reveals that women are more likely than men to engage in emotional cheating online, often rationalizing it as harmless until boundaries vanish. The "it just happened" myth. How slippery slopes work. Few women plan to cheat. Most stumble into it through the friendship facade. We're just close friends. Until they're not. The compliment trap. He just gets me, so she shares more than she should. The one-time exception. It was just drinks, then just a kiss, then just a night. Psychologists call this motivated blindness, ignoring red flags because the attention feels good. How strong marriages set boundaries. Smart couples don't rely on willpower. They design their lives to avoid temptation. Transparency greater than privacy. Share passwords. No secretive texting. No work spouses. If a colleague crosses friendly lines, shut it down. Check-ins. Does this interaction respect my marriage? A University of Denver study found that couples who proactively discuss boundaries are 72% less likely to face infidelity. 5. Revenge or retaliation. When betrayal breeds betrayal, Infidelity isn't always about desire. Sometimes, it's about payback. When a woman discovers her partner's affair, neglect, or emotional abuse, her loyalty can shatter. What follows isn't just heartbreak, it's a calculated strike back. Why revenge cheating happens. Now you'll feel my pain. Some women cheat to force their husbands to experience the same betrayal. Power rebalance. After years of submission, an affair becomes a twisted way to reclaim control. Emotional exit strategy. Instead of divorcing, they detach by replacing their partner emotionally first. A Journal of Family Psychology study found that 35% of women who cheated cited retaliation as a key motivator. The scary part? Many don't even enjoy the affair. They just want their partner to suffer like they did. The toxic cycle. Revenge affairs rarely fix marriages. Instead, they deepen wounds, creating a vicious cycle of distrust. Couples who truly recover focus on therapy, not retaliation, because hurting each other more never leads to healing. 6. Societal and peer influence. When culture normalizes disloyalty, loyalty doesn't exist in a vacuum. If a woman's social circle glorifies affairs, girls' trips to Vegas, you deserve a side piece. Her own boundaries can erode. How social pressure undermines marriage. Everyone's doing it. If her friends joke about cheating, it starts to seem acceptable. Media glorification. TV shows and music paint affairs as exciting, not destructive. Workplace culture. Offices where flirting is harmless fun make betrayal feel normal. A social influences study revealed that women with cheating friends are 3x more likely to cheat themselves. Why? Because humans subconsciously adopt the morals of their tribe. The defense against influence. Strong couples choose their circle wisely and openly reject infidelity jokes. They also discuss media messages, reinforcing that real love isn't a reality TV drama. It's daily, deliberate commitment. Final thought. Loyalty isn't just about love. It's about the company you keep and the values you uphold. Here's the hard truth. Loyalty isn't an accident. It's a choice, made every single day. Some wives cheat because they're unhappy, others because they're bored. Some do it for revenge, or because their friends normalize it. But at the core, it's always a breakdown of connection. So if you want a wife who stays loyal, be the husband worth staying loyal to. Not perfect, but present. Not a paycheck, but a partner. Because when a woman feels loved, understood, and chosen, she won't need to look elsewhere. But if you ignore her, take her for granted, or assume she'll never walk away, that's when the unthinkable happens. The ball's in your court. What kind of marriage will you create? Drop it in the comments if this opened your eyes, and share this with someone who needs to hear it.